To Kill a Mockingbird Chapter 28. It is dark on the way to school, and Cecil Jacobs jumps out and frightens Jim and Scout. Scout and Cecil wander around the crowded school, visiting the haunted house in a 7th grade classroom and buying homemade candy. The pageant nears its start, and all of the children go backstage. Scout, however, has fallen asleep and consequently misses her entrance, angering her teacher. She runs on stage at the end, prompting Judge Taylor and many others to burst out laughing. The woman in charge of the pageant accuses Scout of ruining it. Scout is so ashamed that she and Jim wait backstage until the crowd is gone before they make their way home. On the walk back home, Jim hears noises behind him and Scout. They think it must be Cecil Jacobs trying to frighten them again, but when they call out to him, they hear no reply. They have almost reached the road when their pursuer begins running after them. Jim screams for Scout to run, but in the dark, hampered by her costume, she loses her balance and falls. Something tears at the metal mesh, and she hears struggling behind her. Jim then breaks free and drags Scout almost all the way to the road before their assailant pulls him back. Scout hears a crunching sound, and Jim screams. She runs toward him and is grabbed and squeezed. Suddenly, her attacker is pulled away. Once the noise of struggling has ceased, Scout feels on the ground for Jim, finding only the prone figure of an unshaven man smelling of whiskey. She stumbles toward home and sees in the light of the street lamp a man carrying Jim toward her house. Scout reaches home, and Alexandra goes to call Dr. Reynolds. Atticus calls Hecate, telling him that someone has attacked his children. Alexandra removes Scout's costume and tells her that Jim is only unconscious, not dead. Dr. Reynolds then arrives and goes into Jim's room. When he emerges, he informs Scout that Jim has a broken arm and a bump on his head, but that he will be all right. Scout goes in to see Jim. The man who carried him home is in the room, but she does not recognize him. Hecate appears and tells Atticus that Bob Ewell is lying under a tree, dead, with a knife stuck under his ribs. Heck insists that Bob fell on his own knife, killing himself accidentally.